Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome to Top Dog Tips. My name is Samantha. Today I want to share a recipe with you guys. It is homemade dog food for dogs with sensitive stomachs. Now, your dog might have a sensitive stomach all the time. It may be just something that you want to feed every once in a while when your dog has an upset stomach. It's a great recipe to have on hand to keep in your file of dog food recipes. If you're like me, you feel terrible. Your dogs are your children, so when their stomach's upset, when they're not feeling well, you want to do what you can, but they're not people. They can't tell you what they need. You can't give them, different things to soothe their stomach, like ginger ale and saltine crackers and popsicles and all the things that, we give our human kids to help them feel better. So this dog food definitely helps. It really, it's an easy recipe to put together. It takes a little bit of prep time. It takes about an hour to prep all the ingredients. So I will walk you through that. I've prepped all the ingredients already, so you don't have to watch me do that, but I will let you know what you need to do. I actually like to I always do meal planning for my family so that I shop on the weekends and we have the things that we need for our meals throughout the week. And I kind of try and do the same thing with my dog food. So we had chicken and rice for dinner the other night, and I saved I cooked a little bit extra and saved that chicken out. So, if you do something like that, it can cut down on some of your prep work if you plan ahead a little bit. So this is 2 pounds of chicken, and you want to boil it, or you can cook it in your crock pot. What you want to do is get it so that it's nice and tender, and you can kind of shred it apart. So mine's all shredded. There's 2 cups of chicken. It has been in the refrigerator, so it's a little cold. I'm just gonna break it up a little bit. So 2 pounds of shredded chicken, and again, that's boiled shredded chicken. You can technically cook it any way that you want to. It's a lot easier to shred if you boil it, so that's why I do that. I have 2 cups of brown rice. That's been, it's 1 cup of dry rice. And it's been cooked, so it becomes a couple of cups once you cook it, but it's 1 cup of dry rice. And you just cook that according to the instructions on the box. I think most of them are 1 cup of rice for 1 cup of water. I have half a cup of dry oats, and again, they're dry, so once they cook up, they're a little bit more than that. But it's a half a cup of dry oats, again, cooked to the instructions on the package. Mine was half a cup of oats to 1 cup of water, so whatever the recipe calls for. I'm going to kind of toss this around just to mix things up. What you're going to do is, like I said, it's really easy once you've done the prep work. So once the prep work's finished and you've cooked everything, all you have to do is mix it all together, so it's fairly simple. I'm just going to toss this around a little bit to get started so it's not quite so difficult to mix here in a minute when I add the rest of the ingredients. Now, I give my dogs a fish oil supplement, and I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of fish oil. You can use fish oil, absolutely. It's great for every dog, but you can also just use an olive oil or another type of cooking oil that you have on hand if that's something that you would rather do. Before you start your dog on any kind of supplements, you should always speak to your vet. Fish oil is kind of one of those things that really is going to help any dog, whether they're young, old. It benefits in brain development. It benefits skin and coat health, so it's really very beneficial for all dogs. Like, you're going to find a vet that says no on the fish oil, but you do always want to check. The other thing, when you're making homemade dog food, always talk to your vet first, run it past your vet. If you're supplementing it, like for this sensitive stomach, if you're only going to use it every once in a while when your dog's not feeling well, that's one thing. But if it's something that you're going to be doing all the time, you want to run it past your vet, talk to them, maybe talk to a canine nutritionist. They may recommend a vitamin supplement, and most of them are in powder form. You can easily mix it right in with the dog food, and that just ensures that your pet's getting all the nutrients that he needs from homemade food. So we have 2 pounds of shredded chicken, 1 cup of dry rice cooked and added in here. I used brown rice. You can use white rice, but I choose brown. You have half a cup of cooked oats in here, and it was half a cup of dry oats cooked, and that's added in, and then your 2 tablespoons of oil. In this bowl, I have 2 cups of spinach, and I use baby spinach, it doesn't matter, and half a cup of carrots, and I steamed those. So 2 cups of spinach, half a cup of carrots steamed. And I cut the carrots up into like bite-sized chunks just to make it mix a little bit easier and kind of be able to evenly distribute them through the food a little bit better. The spinach, you will notice it just once you steam it, it's one big giant kind of clump, but it will, as you stir it, it kind of breaks into smaller pieces and it does mix. You just have to mix a little extra to kind of move that spinach around, but you'll figure that out when you're stirring yours up. And then last, I have half a cup of dried parsley. You can also use a quarter of a cup of fresh parsley if you have that on hand. I didn't have it on hand, so I use dry. And then half a cup of plain yogurt. And you want to make sure that you use plain yogurt. It can be regular yogurt, it can be Greek yogurt, but make sure that it's plain. Flavored yogurt has added sugar and flavorings and things like that your dog just doesn't need. It's just not beneficial to him at all, so get some plain yogurt. So once you've added all those ingredients, all you want to do is toss this all together and you're done. You can feed it to your dog immediately. It's going to be cooled off enough, even if you've cooked everything right before you mix it. It'll be cooled off enough by the time you mix everything to feed it. And then you can store the rest in the refrigerator for 3 to 5 days, or you can freeze it if you want to have some on hand the next time your dog isn't feeling well, and it'll keep in the freezer for a couple of months. Just make sure, freezer or refrigerator, that you're using an airtight container to prevent any freezer burn in the freezer or any air getting into it that's going to spoil your food in the refrigerator. So that's what you get. It's very healthy, it's excellent, it's easy to digest, and it definitely is going to help soothe an upset stomach. It's also very rich in odors. You're going to be able to smell the spinach, smell the yogurt, smell the chicken. So those odors entice your dog to eat. If he doesn't have much of an appetite, this could work really well. If you guys have any questions, as always, shoot me an email. It's Samantha@topdogtips.com. You can find contact information and the full written recipe on our website, which is topdogtips.com. And of course, check us out. Send any messages on social media. Post anything on our page. We'd love to see pictures of your dogs eating this food, or hear about how it went for you making it. Was it easy? Did your dog enjoy it? All of that stuff. So be sure to reach out to us. I love hearing from you guys. And I will see you back next time with a great recipe. Have a wonderful day.